Hello, I'm Andrew Crockett, CPA running for Santa Clara County Assessor, and this is Peter Fiekowsky.
Yeah, I'm a physicist. I'm the author of Climate Restoration, the only future that will sustain the human race.
And that book is coming out later this year?
It's coming out at the end of the month on Earth Day, April 22nd.
Yes.
Yes.
Isn't that wonderful?
And you can get it on Amazon and any bookstore, of course.
How many years have you been a climate restoration activist?
I developed the whole field of climate restoration starting about 2015, so right around the Paris climate talks. That's when I saw that the thing that we want to do on the climate is decide what we want and then figure out how to do it. What I like about endorsing you is you and I have something in common, which is getting clear about what's the outcome we want and then finding out how to make that happen. What we want for our children is to give them the same climate, the same CO2 levels that we had for the 10,000 years since the last ice age, when we developed agriculture and civilization. Well, obviously that's the climate that's going to be best for humanity, because that's what we evolved for. Getting the CO2 back to those levels using the same methods that nature uses when it takes us in and out of ice ages. We know how nature sequesters that carbon, that we can do the same thing.
Peter's scientific thinking about this, where he comes to it with a blank slate saying, okay, what do we want? How do we get there? What are we not doing that we haven't explored? Is the same sort of mindset that I wish to bring to the assessor's office in public service, because we have this office that it has all of the data for the 484,000 properties in Santa Clara County, and yet if you want access to it, you have to pay $47,000 just to get access to that data. This is not a partnership where you end up having what you need to succeed, which is this data so we can look at it objectively, bringing science to it and say, what are we not doing that if we did would make all the difference in this housing crisis?
If that data were available, what would be possible in the county?
Precision targeting are solutions, because you know, if you go to a surgeon and the surgeon says, okay, you have a broken bone, I'm just gonna kind of cut open here and figure it out along the way to fix it up. It's like, yes, you could get your bone fixed and that would be wonderful. However, there's a lot of collateral damage, whereas modern medical techniques, it's all about scanning, getting accurate data, accurate measurements, so that you can make as few incisions as possible to allow quick recovery time. The assessor's office has that data and is currently on the sidelines in this fight to make sure that people have an equitable future for themselves and their families.
They have ideas of what they want, but they don't have the data to implement it efficiently. And what you want to do is, since you have the data, or the Santa Clara assessor has the data, is partner with the people who are doing the planning and have the resources.
That partnership is key, because no single person has all the solutions. But when we network together, we can find those solutions that might escape my eyes, but your eyes catch.
Right.
Whether it's restoring the climate or solving the housing crisis, we need to bring this fresh perspective that's data-driven to help us find all the solutions that are currently just sitting there waiting for us to act upon.
The same way, I've only been working on climate for about 6 years, or 6 to 8 years, and most people have been doing it for 40 years, the people I work with. But bringing new eyes, you get to shed the preconceptions and say, you know, we want this. Let's just see what resources we could bring in that used to not be available. Andrew Crockett is definitely the man to vote for this. It's time for something new and exciting.
Couldn't have said it better myself. Live long and prosper, y'all.